Stop trying to do semen retention with your mind. Okay? And what do I mean by that? Have you ever, in any life situation that you're in, say you're dealing with a person, a girl, a guy, whatever, right? And you're with them and you're talking to them, and they might on paper seem like everything's perfect, right? This is the person I need to spend my time with. This person, maybe you're on a date with a girl. You're going out with a girl, you're talking to a girl, and you're like, man, this person's it, man. On paper, everything's there. But something in you knows, like, there's something, you know what, I just don't think this is it. Something's wrong. Something's wrong here. And you have the two, right? Your mind's telling you, no, go for it, go for it, go for it, do it, do it. Yeah, this is it. This is what you've been waiting for. But there's something in you that's like, yeah, I don't know. Nah, I'm good. Can't explain it. I just know. I know deep down. Something just knows that this isn't it. What is that? That is your intuition. That is the higher intelligence that people rarely hear because it's so quiet, right? The mind loves to talk loud. It needs to know all the answers. It needs to find the solutions. It needs the cures. It needs to know what's going on. I need to understand it so I can do it. Now, that's what most people are operating from on a gross level, right? It's an illusion. It's the separateness. It's me versus them, right? Even you see these people talk, these spiritual people talk, man. They're like, it's me versus them. It's me versus the machine, me versus the matrix, right? Now, when it comes to semen retention, that's where a lot of people start. It's where I was, I've started there, I've been there, and heck, you're still there sometimes, right? But you see it in the questions, right? That's why, like, when you say, how many days until I get the benefits? Like, the mind needs to understand this. Like, I need to understand, if I do semen retention for 90 days, this is what's going to happen. And the reason I'm saying not to do that is because that's all just wrong. It's just not true. It's simply not true. All of these answers you're going to come up with your mind are just illusions and fictitious and using your imagination. Okay. Now that's going to come with some issues for a lot of reasons, right? Because then you start to build up some expectations of how things are supposed to be, and then when they're not, and then you suffer and you're sad and upset because of that. It's like stuff like that. Semen retention is best done, and this will come naturally. If it's not there yet, don't worry. Like, it's cool, okay? It needs to become an intuitive process. Everything should be intuitive. What you eat, how you take care of yourself, how you go about life, make decisions. It should just be an in-the-moment intuitive thing. Or at least for me, that's where I feel, that's where I feel like I'm at. And I guess I say I'm talking like that is because for me, that's where the actual peace comes in. That's where all the benefits of life for me actually are. I guess not everyone's looking for that though, and that's okay. So, when I say I need, I guess like you don't need to do anything. I mean, do what you want to do, like, and it's cool. We're good. There's no wrong answer. It's just the intuition is just the only way to succeed with it long term, because everyone's semen retention journey, everyone's spiritual journey, right? Semen retention's the rocket fuel for your spiritual evolution. That's where all the benefits are actually coming from, is your consciousness increases, right? You naturally fall out of habits and rise into habits that give you those benefits. Like vitality, for example. Where does vitality actually come from? Does it come solely from just retaining your semen? It's very logical. Like, the mind's like, I retain my semen, I get vitality. Done deal. Okay, good. I understand now. Or does it come from as you evolve your spiritual practice, your level of consciousness, you might find yourself taking better care of yourself, eating healthier, not drinking alcohol, not having sex with women, not not lusting so much, not edging is, there's where the vitality comes from, right? You can be on this semen retention journey, and if the mind says, that's what I'm really targeting. It's not the people, it's not individuals that I'm like going after here. It's the mind in general, the mind that we all have, this collective mind thing that we all have. That's what I'm talking about here. So I'm not like targeting people or anything. It's not like that. It's just, what if there's a million what ifs, right? But I'm just saying, getting in touch with that intuition is the real answer, I mean, and how does it feel for you, right? Like when you're going about this practice in a very rigid, like, trying to understand it mentally kind of way, does that give you peace? Like, do you feel relaxed in that, with that? Or, I mean, and honestly, like, I'm actually genuinely curious for people that are, again, listening with an open heart, not trying to, create some drama for no reason, right? I'm saying, like, for the people that are genuinely hearing this, and we're having a good dialogue, like, how does this make you feel? Where are you at with that? Okay? Because this was so huge for me. And it really, I think one of the biggest benefits that provided, again, through the semen retention journey, was being able to just really be content with things. Like, it's such a relief. Like, isn't it such a relief to, like, give up that control, to just surrender that control and be like, you know what? Like, I don't need to know everything right now. I just want to go along my journey, and I know it's going to be different for me than it is for whoever talking. There's going to be some general guidelines, but I can just enjoy my time a lot more. I mean, isn't that kind of, I mean, for me, that was probably the biggest benefit. Man, everything doesn't have to be this stressful ordeal that I'm trying to force or make happen, and all of the energy that takes. Because you can be doing semen retention and doing all the right things, but if you're burning tons of mental energy trying to force all of this stuff, I mean, are you really conserving your vitality? Is it really going for the highest purposes? I mean, and really, like, I'm curious, like, ask yourself that question, right? So, I don't even really remember what I was, was it where the benefits come from, the true purpose? Oh, stop trying to do semen retention with your mind. Now, how do you access that intuition, though? Well, that's different for everyone. For me, the intuition is masked underneath the mind and the emotions and the aggregates, right? Look up the word aggregates. Buddhism. See where that takes you. If you're again, something feels called to do that, then do it. Learning how to quiet that stuff down really allowed me to listen to that higher intelligence, that higher state of being. And it changes, like, by the second. I mean, it changes, like, by the second, It's like, there's someone over there looking. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Everything just at that point, just a lot more peace, though, man. I see it in people all the time, and I've seen it, and I look back on, like, how I used to be, right? Like, where everything needed to come from me. I just didn't want to live like that. I couldn't keep living like that. I couldn't keep living with that type of stress and thinking that I had to make everything happen. I guess if you don't know the difference, like the contrast, and you don't even really know what I'm talking about, but that's okay too. I mean, we're all just, going along our journeys. I'm not even sitting here saying I know the answers, right? This is just something I feel called to say, And if you keep, if you feel like you got to keep doing it the way that you're doing it, then do that, There's plenty of other channels that are talking about all the stuff that, I'm talking about. And if that resonates with you, then go do that. Like, respect, right? There's just always something deep inside of me that was like, I just can't get on board with this. Something feels off about it, So, keep doing what you're doing. You're right where you need to be, right? No one's better. No one's worse. We're all on our journeys trying to make it happen, right? Letting it happen. I think it's a better way. All right.